My husband left his second phone in my car. By dinner, his entire family knew what was on it. I found the phone under the passenger seat after dropping my husband, Victor, at the airport. He was flying to Denver for what he called a leadership conference. The phone was black, cracked, and not the one he used every day. At first, I thought it belonged to a rideshare passenger. Then, it lit up. The contact name said, Airport Wife. The message said, text me when you land, and remember, your real anniversary is tomorrow. My hands went cold on the steering wheel. Victor and I had been married for 9 years. Our anniversary was not tomorrow. It was in October. I sat in the parking lot staring at the phone until a second message came through. A photo of a hotel room. Rose petals on the bed. A caption. I told them we're celebrating 5 years. 5 years? I did not know the password, but the notifications told enough of the story. Her name was Elise. She thought Victor was divorced. She called him her husband. She sent a picture of a little boy holding a handmade card that said, Happy anniversary, Dad. Dad? My chest hurt so badly I had to pull over. Victor and I did not have children. Not because I never wanted them, but because after years of fertility treatments, he said he could not keep watching me suffer. He said we should stop trying. He cried in my arms and said a quiet life with me was enough. Now I was holding a phone with another woman's child calling him Dad. I drove home and put the phone on the kitchen table. I did not call him. I called my sister. She came over with coffee, a charger, and the kind of silence you only give someone whose life is splitting open. We watched the notifications all afternoon. Elise sent boarding reminders, a picture of the boy's suitcase, a message saying, I can't believe we pulled this off for 5 years. Then one from Victor, finally, from the airport Wi-Fi. I left the other phone somewhere. Don't text unless emergency. My sister whispered, he knows. That night, Victor called from his regular phone. He said the flight was delayed. I asked if he was alone. He laughed and said, who else would I be with? I looked at the second phone lighting up beside my plate. I said, good question. He paused. Then he said he had to go. The next morning, I took the phone to a repair shop. I did not ask them to unlock it. I asked them to document the serial number, SIM carrier, and whether it was linked to Victor's Apple ID. It was. Then, I called a lawyer. The lawyer told me not to confront him yet. She said, let him come home believing you know nothing. So, I did. Victor landed Sunday afternoon carrying a conference tote bag and a fake tired smile. He kissed my forehead and said Denver was boring. Then he asked if I had cleaned the car. I said, yes. His face twitched. That evening, his parents came over for dinner. So did my sister, my brother, and his cousin who worked in family court. Victor thought it was a normal Sunday meal. Halfway through dessert, his mother asked how the conference went. Victor said, exhausting. I placed the second phone on the table. Nobody spoke. Victor's fork hit the plate. I said, your airport wife says happy anniversary. His mother laughed because she thought it was a joke. Then the phone lit up again. Elise. He keeps asking when Daddy is coming home. The room changed. Victor reached for the phone. My brother moved it away. He said I was invading his privacy. I said, you left your marriage under my passenger seat. Then I connected my laptop to the TV. I showed the time-stamped photos of the phone, the repair shop documentation, the notification screenshots, the hotel photo with rose petals, the message about 5 years. Victor's father stood up and said, do you have a child? Victor stared at the floor. That was the answer. The peak came when Elise called. The phone rang on the table with her name glowing in front of everyone. Victor begged me not to answer. His mother said, answer it. So I did. Elise said, Victor, are you okay? I said, this is his wife. She went silent so long I thought the call dropped. Then she whispered, he told me you died. That sentence broke the room. Victor's mother made a sound I will never forget. His father sat down like his knees gave out. My sister started recording because she knew nobody would believe it later. Elise cried into the phone and told me everything. Victor said I died from cancer 4 years earlier. He said he was raising himself from grief. He wore his wedding ring because he couldn't let go. He told her my photos in our house were a memorial. My house, my photos, my living body turned into a ghost story.
I asked about the child. She said the boy was 4. Victor was on the birth certificate. Victor finally shouted that I was humiliating him in front of his family. His mother said, "You told a woman your wife was dead." The final twist was the conference. There was no conference. Elise had booked a family anniversary trip to Denver. Victor used our joint card to buy his flight because he thought I would assume it was reimbursed by work. My lawyer used the phone records, the travel charges, and Elise's statement in the divorce filing. Elise sent me copies of the birth certificate, hotel reservations, and messages where Victor promised to move them into a bigger house after estate issues were settled. Estate issues meant me. 2 weeks later, Victor texted that he made mistakes but did not deserve to lose everyone. I sent back one sentence. "You already told them I was gone." Then I blocked him. I do not blame the little boy. I don't even blame Elise the way I thought I would. She was living in a different lie, one where I was a tragic memory instead of a woman washing dishes 10 miles away. Victor wanted 2 lives, so I let both families meet at the same dinner table. And, if you found the second phone, would you call him first, or would you wait until everyone was seated? The strangest part was how quiet the house felt afterward. For years, I thought silence meant peace. After Victor left, silence felt like evidence. No second phone buzzing, no fake work trips, no man turning my life into one version for me and another for everyone else. Elise and I spoke one more time, not as friends, but as witnesses. She told me her son asked why Daddy was not coming to the park anymore. I told her I was sorry. She told me she was sorry too. For a moment, neither of us hated each other. We just hated the man who made both of us explain his choices. Victor's family still sends birthday cards. His mother wrote in the first one, "You were never dead to us." I cried over that line longer than I cried over the divorce papers. Sometimes people ask why I exposed him at dinner instead of handling it privately. The answer is simple. He buried me privately for 4 years. I deserved witnesses when I came back to life.